Hey, this is Dakota Free Press, and we're with Democratic candidate for U.S. House, State Representative Paula Hawks. Paula, how you doing today?
Doing great. How about you?
I'm great, thank you, Paula. You're here at the Brown County Fair. We're glad you came up to Aberdeen again. We visited 1 year ago in the very same awesome Brown County Democrats front porch. It's a year later. You've been beating the campaign trail. What have you learned on the campaign trail in the past year?
I have learned that people are incredibly receptive and that people are, a little concerned with what's going on in Washington, D.C., and they're worried about what kind of representation they're getting, and they're ready for something different, somebody who's actually going to go and work for South Dakota.
Cool. Now, when you talk to these voters, they've got these concerns. What are some specific issues you hear them bringing up that they're saying, this isn't going right, we need some different approaches?
Agriculture in particular is a big issue for folks. The fact that we no longer have a seat on the Ag Committee is a very big problem. We've lost in a couple of different arenas because of that. And when we lose country of origin labeling, that's huge for South Dakota producers, that's a big problem. When we lose on CRP acres, which is another big issue for farmers in South Dakota, that's a problem. And when we constantly are hearing bickering about, I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to represent this, and I'm not going to allow that to happen, and all we're seeing is digging in the heels and obstruction, people get tired of that. They want progress. They want to see that their government is working for them, not working for their own political interests.
Now, Paula, obviously all of us Democrats back here, we're going to come out for you, but you need more than that. What kind of a reception are you getting from independents, and what kind are you getting from Republicans, to the extent you're able to gauge that?
You bet, you bet. Independents have been very positive, have been very receptive of the message, and are excited to hear about the fact that there's an option and that there's somebody who's willing to speak to the issues and answer the questions of the people that are asking them. And from Republicans even, I'm hearing a lot of support, a lot of people saying, we need something different, we need some progress, we need somebody who's going to move forward instead of constantly being in the obstructive way. So it's been very positive.
Good, thank you, Paula. Let me turn, if I may, to kind of an immigration and economic development question.
Okay.
There have been some issues raised here in Aberdeen recently about, well, really in a lot of towns, about workforce needs. And both Aberdeen and Huron, they've talked about, well, if we can't find the workers locally, we need to look maybe overseas or abroad for workers. Can you lay out for us your vision of maybe what the U.S. needs to do in terms of immigration policy that would be good for South Dakota?
Well, particularly in South Dakota, we see a lot of issues for dairy farmers, and they need workforce. They need people who are willing to come out and work. And dairy isn't a seasonal workforce issue. That is a year-round workforce issue. And what we're seeing with a lot of these migrant workers is that they get a visa. They get a work visa that's seasonal. And so when we're talking about where our work needs are, we need a year-long work visa that allows these folks to come in, do the work that they enjoy, that they want to do, and allow our farmers to hire those folks so that they can get the work done that needs to be done. And when we're coming up against that seasonal visa, that's a problem. And then when we talk about folks who are here and who are looking to gain citizenship, we need a pathway for them, some way that's going to work for them and work for us. Keep us, safe in terms of allowing immigration into this country, because that's what this country is based on. But also makes it easier for folks who are already here to work towards that without being scared all the time that they're going to be put on a train and shipped home.
Great, thank you, Paula. One left field question. I got to do one for you. Outer space. Do you support sending a manned mission to Mars, and if so, when?
I'm a scientist, and if that makes sense, I think we should do it. And if that's something that we need to do, and it makes sense for not just the country, but the world, absolutely, let's go. Sure.
From a congressional perspective, what would it take to make a mission to Mars make sense for you?
Boy, that is an out there question, Corey. I really don't know. I'm going to have to think about that. I think that it would have to maybe produce some jobs for us. If there's a way that we can pull some jobs out of that, that'd be a fantastic reason to go there.
So if we can build the Mars module in Sioux Falls, we're good to go?
I'm all for it, you betcha.
There we go. Let's start lobbying. Paula, thank you so much for your time. Anything else you'd like to say to Dakota Free Press readers?
I don't think so, but thanks, Corey, for all the work you do.
Thank you for your time. Have a great day.
Yeah.